Ever since Matt Stafford entered the league in 2009, his talent was clear to everyone. But after a dozen years with the Detroit Lions, of mostly losing and 0 playoff wins, his career was headed toward what-if status. Mainly, what if he played for a more functional organization with greater talent surrounding him? Fortunately for Stafford, Rams GM Les Snead is a gambler and went all in to get Stafford with one goal in mind: win the Super Bowl this year at home in SoFi Stadium. Now only one game away from that becoming a reality, it appears the trade and the high price was worth it. While the Rams have star-studded talent up and down the roster, they are here because of Stafford, who has not only been lights out in their 3 postseason games, but he has saved his best throws for down the stretch in critical moments against the Bucs and the 49ers.
Long time coming. Spent a lot of years in this league and I've loved every minute of it. I sure am happy for this opportunity for not only myself, but really so many guys in that locker room that deserve this too.
You can argue there is no player who will be on the field at Super Bowl 56 whose career narrative stands to benefit more with a win than Stafford. Quarterbacks are fairly or unfairly judged by Super Bowls. Will Stafford join that exclusive club and cap off a dream season his entire career has been building toward this moment?
And some say if he wins today, he will punch his ticket to Canton and the Hall of Fame as we continue our live coverage of Super Bowl 56 from SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood, California. Chris Hassel with you, and it's time to get some Rams player props from 2 of our experts, Larry Hartstein and Emory Hunt, joining us. Emory, great to see you. Larry, good to be back with you again. Larry, why don't you run us through your top 5 Rams player props?
All right, let's do it. Let's start with Cam Akers, who has not been efficient at all since coming back. A miraculous return from his injury, but he's only averaged 2.5 yards a carry. Still, I think his first carry will go for over 3.5 yards, and I'll tell you why. The Bengals' run defense has really collapsed in the playoffs, averaging almost 6 yards an attempt they're giving up. And you look at the first carry of the last 8 running backs against the Bengals, 7 of these have gone over 3.5, and those carries have averaged 8 yards a pop. So I think Cam Akers, who has averaged 4.3 yards a carry in the first quarter, that's been his best quarter so far since his comeback, can get over 3.5, and that's a quick, easy sweat to get the Super Bowl off the first carry for Cam Akers. And then Cooper Kupp, I love him today. Who doesn't? I mean, 325 receiving yards. The last 2 games, 25 targets. The Bengals give up the most catches in the league to slot receivers. I'm going over on his yardage prop. And the one I probably like more is over on his longest catch, over 28.5. The Bengals have given up 5 pass plays of at least 30 yards. Just in the last 2 weeks alone, they give up the most targets in the deep middle, and Matthew Stafford targets the deep middle more than any quarterback in the league. So both of those Cooper Kupp plays I am on today. And then the Rams over 3 sacks, heavily juiced at -190. But look at Joe Burrow, sacked the most times in the league, 51 times. 9 times against Tennessee, escaped a ton of sacks against the Chiefs. I don't think he escapes today against that Rams speed. I think we get at least 3, but probably 4 or 5. And then the last one, Kendall Blanton. We know Higbee is out. Kendall Blanton, anytime touchdown, comes back at +225. Had to balance out the -190 with a nice plus price. This guy scored the first touchdown against the Buccaneers. He ran 36 pass routes last week. He's 6'6", 262 pounds. He's a great target for Matthew Stafford, and the Bengals do allow a ton of targets to tight ends in the red zone. So Kendall Blanton, anytime touchdown.
No, we got to be careful about making this game all about Matt Stafford, and he's the reason why they're in this game. No, they're in this ball game because they have 5 legit stars on both sides of the football. He's been riding the bus to this Super Bowl, but with that being a backdrop, these props will be all about Matthew Stafford, because when you look at him throwing over 285.5 yards, I think that's a number he can easily smash. He's been doing a great job in a Super Bowl so far, and I look at him probably going 28, 29 of 40 in terms of his pass attempts, and that'll put him over 2 of these passing props of 24.5 completions and 35.5 pass attempts. I think he'll smash those as well. And it's a 1-game season. It's the Super Bowl. You got to think players and not plays. Cooper Kupp over 8.5 receptions. I think that's a number that's going to be in the double digits for Cooper Kupp. And I feel like Sony Michel's number of total yards at 30 8.5 is rather low. To me, that's 2 plays for him. He's liable to jump for, a 16-yard jaunt on a sprint draw and have a 17 to 18-yard reception on a screen play. So I think he can crush those numbers as well. I'm expecting a big offensive output against this Bengals defense by the Rams.
All right, Emory, Larry, thank you. I want to go back to one of Larry's picks, the Rams over 3 sacks. It's minus 190. There's a lot of juice there, but Bryant McFadden, we just heard him moments ago, his bold prediction for today was that the Rams would get 10 sacks. So if you can even find that number a little bit higher, maybe get some more value on that, BMAC would be all over it. Larry Hartstein, Emory Hunt, thank you so much, fellas, for your Rams player props in this game. Early Edge Podcast, it's your daily picks in under 10 minutes, available each morning by 11 a.m. Eastern Time with the coach and his crew, Larry Hartstein included.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.